So, you know what it's time for. It's the League Cup final, and I think we could get battered. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco. Today we've got two games for you. Man United in the League Cup final and then Southampton in the Premier League after that. Of course, because I'm a professional Football Manager player, if you get to a cup final, you have to wear a suit basically. And I've gone for more Diego Simeone look today with a black shirt and tie. Haven't gone the full jacket and things like that. So I thought I'd go a bit more Diego Simeone today for this cup final. I thought that might give us a bit of a look. I don't know. Since you were last here, things haven't been, they've not been great if we're being honest with ourselves here. Last time you were here, it was Burnley and Bournemouth that we played QPR in the middle. After that, we lost 2-1 to West Brom in a game which we just didn't play very well in, to be fair. We then played against Man City and they only could score a penalty and a free kick to break the deadlock there. Other than that, no goals coming in that game other than from set pieces, which was a bit annoying in our point of view that we gave away them set pieces and we conceded them both. But at the same time, it was also quite annoying how we couldn't really do anything in that game. So if there's only going to be one winner in that game, it was going to be Manchester City. We then had a rerun of the Caraboa Cup semi-finals in the FA Cup 5th round against Burnley this time. I don't want to say this time, it's Burnley again. We beat them 2-1 though in a pretty decent game, decent display from us. It was alright to be fair. And then last time out, we played bottom of the table Fulham and left it to the 92nd minute for Brad Yeo to snatch a winner for our first league win since Stoke, but before Stoke, a long time ago. We're on the 3rd of March now and we've only had 2 wins in this calendar year, so it's not been fantastic form for us recently. However though, because of decent form earlier on the season, lots of other teams slipping up, we still find ourselves 12th in the table, 6 points clear of that relegation zone, but it's so tight still. At one point we were only 3 points clear of it and sitting in 12th, so it's such a tight league that this year at the moment, so we just need to grab 1 or 2 more wins I think and then we'll probably be safe from relegation. In the past few days the youth intake has come through. Jason Seal is apparently the best player to come through there as a poacher that can play anywhere across that attacking midfield position, which is quite nice. He's got some decent finishing and first touch already and he's got some really good determination and a good personality, so hopefully he will reach that potential. So if we start getting him maybe a bit of first team football every now and again, that might be alright, because he's 1.5 star current ability already, which is Vanarama National North or South. I thought it would have been National maybe, or maybe League 2 at the least, but not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Mark Hall is the only other good player to come through there. The rest of them not particularly looking fantastic. So Jason Seal and Mark Hall are the ones that we'll sort of look towards in the future, I think. Mark Hall actually is already suited to League 2 football at the tender age of 16. So maybe he's someone we should try and get into that first team. Can play very versatile up front actually, and has got some decent stats, very good determination again. Once again, I love to see that from my young players, so that's fantastic. And he's got some decent physical stats as well, so maybe we'll try and get one loaned somewhere, or maybe even on the 23 side, maybe get him a bit of first team action as well every now and again. He looks alright actually. And also Wolfsburg are men off of that goalkeeper that we looked at signing in January but then was too much for us. But now I'm starting to think, should I just pay his money because he is really good and we've not won games for a long time and he is really good. So I feel like we are going to make an offer once again, but we'll start back low again maybe like down at like 16 million, just see what Wolfsburg say basically. And not Wolfsburg, Crystal Palace, sorry, because we don't want Wolfsburg taken away from us when we could have him. And there's one big glaring issue for today's game against Manchester United. You might be able to guess it already because it is big. Because Brad Yeo comes from because Brad Yeo is actually a Man United player, he's not allowed to play against them. So in the biggest game of our season, our best player can't actually play. So we're going to have to bring on Dale Stainsbury. Where is he? He's not even on the bench. Down here, Dale is going to come on as an inside forward. He's getting better there. We are training him to be a good inside forward. He's played very well when he has played in cup games, but only suits League 1 football right now, and we don't have much versatility on the wings actually. We should probably invest in that a little bit more over summer, but I do like playing young players, so I kind of feel like they're the backups. But then when it comes to games like this, I'm thinking, why have I not got more players? It's not great really, if I'm being honest with ourselves here. But this is the lineup then. Reynolds starts in goal with a back four of Masovic, Kobayashi, Williams and Valerie. Declan Rice comes into that CDM position because Liam Coyle also is cup tied, so he can't play today, but Jalapeno and Perrier, ever present, start ahead of him. Of course, Stainsbury just mentioned out on that wing as an inside forward, the Classic on the other side as a winger, and then Hammer Time starts up front today as the striker. However, He's not scored for quite a while, actually. Let's look at his form. The last goal he scored was against Burnley in the League Cup, which is a long time ago. So actually, I reckon we go up to him, we say, warm player, criticise recent form, and we'll say, you've not been scoring many goals, but I've got faith in you. Where's that? I mean, that's not selection anymore, so I guess we're going to have to go for your form's been declining recently. Try and pick yourself up. He's been disappointed, so he's going to work harder. Hopefully today is the day he's going to come good. We'll also switch back to counter and structured before that game, because it would have been disastrous going on control and fluid against United, I think. Right, kick-off is upon us then in Wembley Stadium. Man United kicked the game off, and this, quite frankly, is huge. We played United once already this season in the league, and we got a 1-1 draw with them, and it was actually alright, to be fair. We played relatively well in that game, so hopefully we can just do that again today and maybe snatch a late winner or something like that. Our chances have already been helped with Eric Bailly getting himself injured in the very early moments of his game, so that's pretty good. However, match stats do suggest that United are on top. Of course, a win here today does give us Europa League football next season, which is absolutely huge. That would do absolute wonders for the club if we got Europa League football, as the first highlight of the game looks like it's coming towards us, actually, as Hammer Time gets himself on the ball. Perrier coming forward, can't get his ball through to the classic though, and now Manchester United have a chance to come forward. Manchester United are actually the reigning champions of the League Cup. They won it last season as well, so they know all about this. They know how to win games, clearly, and they do cup finals routinely and win them quite a lot of the time in this save. In this virtual universe, they're doing actually pretty well for themselves, as we've won possession back now, and Hammer Time has a chance to come forward, although there's no one there supporting him, so he's got to try and do it himself. Jesus Christ, oh my God, I thought he'd done it himself then. I thought that was absolutely incredible until the shot came in. It was rubbish. As I was saying though, a win here today gives us Europa League football. If we don't win it, I don't think we're going to get Europa League football on the grounds that Man United will win it, but because they're top of the league and they'll win the league easily, they get Champions League football. Because they've won this, which gives them qualification, rather than it going to us, it will go to whoever finishes 6th in the league. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get 6th in the league this season. So, a win here today is the only way we can get European football, I'd imagine. Interestingly, though, a very, very boring and uneventful first half. United absolutely crapping. I mean, this is abuse. It's a domestic cup final. It's domestic abuse. This is what it is. Absolutely awful. As they have gone 1-0 up just before half time, which is really, really annoying, actually. I was going to say well done for holding on, but 12 shots to 1 shot, 60% possession to 40% possession. It's domestic abuse. Right, well, I've gone show me something else in the second half to the boys. It's been a poor performance from us. I mean, we weren't expected to do well at all, but only 40% possession and 1 shot. That is really poor, so we're going to have to try and work harder in this second half. I mean, again, this second half so far, very uneventful. Man United still dominating. We've still only had the 1 shot. And now they've got a corner now in the first highlight of the second half, which hits the crossbar. Jeez, I mean, the header was a decent one. It hit the crossbar. Now we've got a chance to come forward ourselves, but we're just hoofing the ball away like that, basically. I mean, something's got to change, hasn't it? Something has got to change. And on the ground that our wingers are both very young and not played very well, I reckon we perhaps switch to the diamond that served us pretty well 2 seasons ago. It didn't do particularly well for us last season. Well, maybe it did a little bit, but I reckon we switch to this maybe. Facundo Vieira can come on the pitch and play as a complete forward on support. We'll bring Mason Mount on as an attacking midfielder on attack. Perrier can actually be a box-to-box midfielder rather than a Carrillo. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will work if we try something a little bit different in the second half. But we've not used this formation in a long time. I mean, it's 15 minutes to go and nothing's happening. We're going to go overload. I've shouted demand more to the boys as well. There's now a highlight straight away from that. So it's either going to be a goal for us or probably like a goal for them. Although Mason Mount's picked up the ball. Hammer Time coming forward now with the ball. Hammer Time through to Vieira. Vieira. Oh my goodness. That was... I'm being teased. We've had 2 really good chances and they've not worked out for us. Right, push forward. Push forward, please, boys. We've now got a throw-in. Surely this is the way it's going to happen now. Jalapeno makes a great ball out to Valery, actually. He's got a chance to come forward with the ball, but he doesn't really do that. He goes to the side instead, which I don't know why he's doing. Oh, he's lost possession. Mastovic rather, had just about got there. Hammer Time puts the ball forward, but it didn't work out, and now Paolo can come forward for Man United now. He gets his ball out to the winger. The winger isn't really the winger, because this is the winger with loads of space now. And now Man United putting the ball in the middle. Williams clears it to Jalapeno. Now Jalapeno, come on, let's counter-attack now. Mason Mount through to Hammer Time, through to Facundo Vieira. Facundo Vieira, come on. He's had a shot from distance. It was near enough on target, but wasn't quite good enough. The scoreline suggests it's ridiculously close, but the stats say otherwise. There's 4 minutes of added time. Can we say anything else to them quickly? We can't. It's not quick, right? 2 minutes. Just push forward, please. Oh, we've got a chance. Don't do this to me, game. Don't tease me like this. The ball comes forward. De Silva back to number 12 is Vieira. Gets himself tackled, and now Man United come forward, and with only 20 seconds on the clock, we've got Masovic. He's lost the ball. I'm absolutely gutted for the boys. I mean, they've not played well at all, actually, so I can't be too gutted. Stats have been woeful. United just toyed with us all game. Probably should have won by a lot more, but calmly, unlucky boys. Would have been nice to win out there, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be. We lost, and United lift the Caraboa Cup. Youth candidates have been evaluated, so we'll sign the recommended ones because I'm sure they're good enough. £54,000 for losing that game, where the squad have been given £23,000. There's not much prize money in the Caraboa Cup, is there? I feel like there should be a lot more, but there isn't. Now, Southampton in a few days' time, probably going to be a different ball game completely later to today's game. That should be a game that we're going to win. Now they want 24 million. What are they playing at? This is really annoying. We agreed 20 million like a few days ago. Why can't we have 20 million again? I look different, do you say? Oh yeah, I guess the shirt's suddenly gone. And my hair, that's a bit different as well. It's been about 12 hours since I recorded the Man United game, actually. You see my girlfriend arrive for some food, and in that situation, you take the food every time. See, we've agreed a deal with him again now. So we'll remove and exclude whatever that is from negotiation. Let's make him a first-team player instead rather than a key player. Suggest those promises. Oh, he's demanding a lot more from last time, basically. He wants a big pay rise, which is not happening. I will strengthen defenders. Let's get rid of the coaching team as well. Let's also make him first team again. He wants a key player, but keep him as a key player. He's okay, right. Well, I guess that perhaps serves me right for not signing him first time round, maybe. I don't know. They wanted a lot of money, though. They wanted £90,000 a week. If we actually look at our team, and we don't click on that, we go to, must be contract info, wages. The most someone is being played is Mason Mount on £32,000 a week, and he's not even playing games. So, God, quite frankly, we need to get rid of him. I mean, I literally work so hard to keep wages down. The reason I keep wages down is because if we look at the finances now, we're on plus 60 million, and we make profit every single month from like TV and stuff like that. And we barely pay anything in wages, basically, compared to other teams. I'm sure if we look at like English Premier League stage, you can see Man United got Europa Cup, not us, so we don't get it, even though we come second, even though Man United are going to win the league. Unless it changes later on, but I don't think we're going to get it. Yeah, salary per year. Man City spend 229 million per year, whereas we only spend 22 million a year on wages. That's actually less than half of what the team above us, 19th Brighton, spend. So maybe we can afford to spend a little bit more on wages. Oh, Tottenham Hotspur have just offered me straight up a job interview. Well, decline that straight away. When will they learn that this save is for Lincoln? It's not for anyone else, it's just Lincoln. Right, well, after a pretty decent performance, actually, in that cup final, on the grounds that we only lost 1-0, I suppose, actually, it was pretty awful other than that. Who is going to come back on the pitch? Well, Brad Yeo is going to come back on the pitch for Dale Stainsbury, winger on attack. And then I guess we'll bring Liam Coyle back on for Declan Rice, but he doesn't play very well with either of these two, which does start to worry me, because Declan Rice plays very well with them. And so, now I don't really know who to start. We'll stick with Coyle for today's game, I think, but it's only because I love him more than Declan Rice. I mean, that's the only thing. If I'm being honest with yourselves here, Coyle, he can play everywhere. I don't care. Right, kickoff is once again upon us. We'll get the league table back up there so you can see what's going on. We're the only game that's going on right now, though, so the only things that are going to change are either our position or Southampton's position. Who are sitting below us in 15th, 16th at the 15th. They're definitely 15th now. They've just gone and scored a goal in the second minute. I mean, not a great start, that, really, if we're being honest with ourselves here. I kind of wanted to hit the ground running a little bit more than that, but Okay, wasn't quite to be, but let's regroup, boys. Let's come forward once again. Let's see what we're made of here, as we're letting them through once again. Bonaventura now on the ball, out towards Gundogan, but it's been cleared by Perrier up towards Hammer Time, and now we can start a bit of a counter-attack as he just breezes past his men. Unfortunately, though, his shot was pretty tame. I should also bring to your attention as well, I've been saying jalapeno wrong, which may surprise you, but I've realised I have been saying it wrong. Someone in the comments said I was saying it wrong, and I was like, well, no, I'm not. I know how to say jalapeno. Until I realised in editing that I've been saying like jalapeno, because I just think he's like some sort of Brazilian wonder kid now that he's changed his name. And to be fair, I quite like jalapeno. I think that's a pretty cool name for a footballer. So jalapeno and jalapeno are probably going to be used interchangeably, but it does make him sound like a Brazilian wonder kid, but he's a German wonder kid, so he's not Brazilian. We can pretend though. This is all fictional anyway, so we can just pretend he's Brazilian. If it makes me feel better, I'll do it myself anyway. We're coming forward with the ball again now though. It's Hammer Time, swamped by men, can't get his ball out to the winger, although we've won the ball back now with Perrier as Lacasic plays it back into Hammer Time into Yeo, and this time Yeo from the same position Hammer Time was in earlier on had a decent chance. Yeo does put it past the goalkeeper, and we're now back on level terms with Southampton away from home. I feel like we should have enough about us today to be beating Southampton. We've done it before this season, so there's no reason why we can't do it again today. Not long before half-time now, and there's another highlight just before the half-time whistle, I suppose. Hopefully it's going to be the last one of the calf, and it results in a goal for us. Although, as I say that, Southampton play the ball out wide with plenty of space. Yeo didn't really make much of a challenge there, which does worry me a little bit. He's meant to be a winger and help out with defensive duties. They've hit the post there, which is worrying that we've let them do that, to be fair. Given them the space to have a shot from distance, to be able to get it that accurate on target. That's not closing down enough, and we're meant to be closing down quite a lot in our tactic. I mean, to be fair, so far the second half is following on the same lines of uneventful and it not really going our way. I mean, what do we change right now? What do we change? Yeo's played well, so I want to keep him on the pitch, but Lacasic hasn't played well, and I want to take him off the pitch and play a different formation, really, for being honest with ourselves here. Yeo can't even... Can he play up front? He can play up front a little bit. If we switch for Diamond, Yeo can be a false 9 for a little bit, maybe, and we'll bring Mason Mount on as that attacking midfielder. I don't know if this will help or not, but I think it's worth trying out this formation. I think perhaps our winger formation isn't working quite as well as it used to do at the start of the season, so I think changing things up a little bit might work for us, but you know, we've got to try different things all the time. Hammer Time coming forward with the ball now though, although we've given away a free kick somehow, so I don't know what went on. I mean, I don't even know if this change of formation's really done anything for us actually. We're still being outplayed by Southampton right now, so I mean that's not a good sign obviously. We need to just get the ball back and go over a nice little counter-attack, and then we can go back to a bit more of a defensive formation, as they've just been put through it. Their striker has possibly one of the worst shots of all time to miss the goal. Right, we'll bring Facundo Vieira on for Hammer Time as a complete forward on attack. And I reckon we bring De Silva on as well for Perrier, because Perrier's not played brilliantly. We'll go more attacking as well, but I'm not feeling this right now. We've got a corner now as Jalapeno puts it into for Sean Williams, whose header's just over the bar. That's the closest chance we've had all half, to be fair. As you can see, actually, there's been no highlights, basically. So that was the first highlight for us. We're coming close into the game now. I do not like that. Let's shout push forward. Let's go overload as well, because something's got to come out of this game, surely. I mean, if we don't do this now, I've lost faith in the boys, if we're honest with ourselves. We've only won like 2 games in this calendar year, and now we're like mid-March. And that is poor, if we're being honest with ourselves here. As Ward-Prowse has a chance to try and get a late winner for Southampton. It looks like it could be coming, to be fair, as Ward-Prowse gets himself in there. A shot saved by Reynolds. But with only 20 seconds on the clock, we're not going up the other end and scoring a goal now. Even if Jan Valery can get there, which he hasn't, we're not going to score a goal now. They come forward once again. I swear to God, if they score now, that was too close for comfort. And there we go. It's full time. 1-1 with Southampton. And quite frankly, aggressively, not happy with the points out there, boys. Well, we sit level on points from last season now on 34. That got us safety last year. This year, due to how close it is at the moment, I'm not sure 34 would actually secure a safety. I think we really should be pushing towards 40 points for safety. Another two wins, maybe even the 3 maybe could actually do it for us, guarantee us absolute safety. But It's so tight this year. Next episode then, we'll probably play it by ear, to be fair, and where results are going. If it looks like we're going to be safe, we may do... I'm thinking more Sunderland and Crystal Palace, but I think hopefully by then we should be... I'd like to be safe, which then sort of means that last episode of the season would probably be against Chelsea. We do the one game and then sort of talk about the team again, things like that. But then again, that also depends on our FA Cup run. We've had a decent FA Cup run so far, only playing Bristol Rovers, QPR, Burnley and Norwich so far. None of them are Premier League sides. QPR, Burnley and Norwich, but all in the Championship. Bristol Rovers like League 2. So we've had a pretty lucky run in the FA Cup so far, not coming against a Premier League side. So there's still potential for another cup final at some point this season. If you've enjoyed today's episode despite losing the cup final, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.